Hey everyone, Greg Martin here. I want to put this video together to show you how to change the window regulator in a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Mine is a 2002 Overland. I've had about 3 or 4 of these go bad over time that I've owned the vehicle. And essentially what happens is the window just drops and you can't roll it up anymore. So right now we've got some tape trying to hold the window up. I'm going to try to go in and repair it and kind of step you guys through how to do that. I see a lot of videos online about how to do the front doors, haven't seen any on the rear doors, so I'm going to take you through it step by step. So I'm going to replace the whole window regulator assembly in the rear door. These are the tools that I'm going to use. This is an aftermarket window regulator assembly that I got from my local salvage yard. It's brand new. It was $85 tax. It came out to 90 bucks. A screwdriver and a flat edge. This is just like a painter's spatula. A ratchet set. Let's see, I have a 6mm, an 11mm, and an 8mm socket that I used in my car. Phillips head screwdriver and a torque wrench screwdriver. And let me see if I can get that in there. The torque has kind of a star type head on it. So I want to start off with locating all the screws to remove from the door. There's one Phillips head that can be found in here. And then there is another torque screw, which kind of looks like a star tip, so I had to enlist this torque screwdriver. And the torque screw is right up behind this handle. So I'm going to remove those. Once I remove the screws, I'm going to use my flathead screwdriver and spatula to ease in behind the door and gently remove the door panel. So I'm going to do that right now. What you want to do is find a simple opening in the door, and as you click around you'll see these little yellow tabs. They pop when you go to open them. So as you pop them loose from the holes, that's what holds the door panel in place. So I'm going to remove all of those to remove the door panel. Just want to show you guys again what that looks like in here. So you can see those little yellow tabs behind the door, and you can see the holes that they go in right there, and that just pops out. And each one of those that you pop out, it'll feel like you're breaking the door, but you just pull on it and it'll pop those little yellow tabs out. Now, one thing you want to be aware of when you go to take the door panel off, once you have all of the little yellow tabs, there is a electrical connector, so you have to still hold on to the door panel here, don't let go of it. There's an electrical connector, and there is the connector for your door handle. The electrical connector, of course, is for the power windows, and the door handle is what opens the door. So we want to make sure we don't let go of the door panel before we remove those. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the electrical cables and the connector for the door handle. Now I want to show you real quickly how to remove the door from the handle here. On the opposite side, behind the door, there's these little white clips, right? So what you want to do is just pop the clip that locks it and then pull it up, and it'll release out of the door handle. I pulled the window clip out. This is the power window switch, and it just popped right out of the square piece where it goes in the door frame. You can see it's gone right now. So now I should be able to just pull the door panel gently off, and what's left is the door. Now, as you get into this, be careful. You don't want to rip. This is your water barrier right here. And you can take your spatula and just get gently behind here. There's some gunk on the back that actually keeps it sticking and protects water from getting in the side of the car. So be sure to just take the spatula, get behind there, and just, oops, let me get the camera in place. And get behind there and gently pry it back away from the door as you just work it one step at a time. Now, I've peeled away most of the water barrier. But the speaker right there is still on there, so I'll take my Phillips head screwdriver and go ahead and remove those screws to take the speaker out. So let's do that. So once I removed the screws from the speaker, it's really too tight to pull off. So I'm going to use the flathead screwdriver and just get behind there ever so gently and pry where I can get it in. And just be gentle with it until it comes out. And then you can unplug it back here at the back. There's a little switch to unplug it, so I'm going to try that real quick. As well as this white connector that unplugged from the back of the speaker, I also have a little rubber nipple connector that connects the, just basically holds the cable in place, but it's tied on with, looks like electrical tape. So I'm just going to untape that, and it should pull right off of the cable. Once I get the speaker off and the cable from the speaker, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the rest of the moisture guard from the door. Once I get my door panel off, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to remove 6 bolts. These 3 down here holding the regulator in, I've removed this one. I'm going to go ahead and remove these 2. It looks like they should slide up into these holes, but I think it's a little bit more difficult unless you remove the whole thing. Then I'm going to remove these 2 that attach to the window slide bar, and I'm going to remove this one down here. And I've also removed this cable. This goes to the window regulator, and it's a simple removal. You have to pop this red lock tab over to the left, press down here, and it just pulls right out. Once I do that, I've let the window down about halfway so I can get to where, this is the bottom of the window right here if you can't see it in the video. It's sandwiched into this piece right here that just grabs onto the window. There's 2 little gold tabs that are in here on either side, and we can just use a flathead screwdriver. You'll just see the end of them, and you just get a flathead screwdriver right in there and just pop them out, and they'll come right out. So once you pop those gold tabs out, you'll see that there is a little white ring on either side of this, the sandwich connector that sandwiches in the bottom of the window. You just pop that off of that black tab, so it comes right off, and there's the window, right? And that will release the, this is the window regulator part that pushes the window up and down. And you'll want to have something in place to hold the window up while you work on the other parts of the door. I'll probably just use Gorilla Tape and have to clean up the mess afterwards, but that's where we're at, right? Taking off all the screws and the bolts. I'm going to slide the track of the window regulator over here, and we're going to feed the whole piece, including the window regulator down here, out this big hole here. Here's the window regulator assembly once we get it pulled out. This is actually the window regulator motor. These are the cables, and it looks like both cables are intact here. Sometimes the cables break, and you can fix it with a bike cable. I haven't done that yet, but it looks like this one is a bad regulator that's causing the window to fall down. This is the window slide. They tell you to grease this so that it goes smoothly, and it prevents your window regulator from going bad. But essentially your window, the bottom of your window clamps into here. Remember, we took out those gold tabs, and that's so this was what pushes your window up and down. So the new window regulator setup will go in like this in the door handle, and I'll fish it in through this section right here. We want to make sure our window's all the way up so it's not down here, it's cleared up here. We have plenty of room to fish that in. Once we get that in there, then we'll attach the regulator motor here. We will attach the 3 screws, bolts for the window slide, this thing right here. There's 2 up here, 1 down here. And then we will attach the power window cable back. Here it is right here. So I've got the window regulator in. I've got these 3 bolts connected. That's where the motor is. These 2 bolts and this bolt down here connected. That's where the window rail is. And I've got the connection for the the up and down switch for the window back together. This actually had a little connector here that was right in that hole, but the aftermarket regulator had too short of a cable, so they wouldn't meet up, so I had to pop that out of that hole right there. The next part is going to be attaching the bottom of the window to this white piece inside here. That's where the window connects to. And if we let the window down just a hair, you'll see there's a piece on the inside that'll have two black tabs that will go through these white holes. Right there, and one right there. And then we will take these gold clips, put that gold clip in the white thing right there, and that'll clip it in. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Car back on.
Car's on.
And I made sure that the window goes up and down. And on the inside, you'll see there's the track. And there it is bringing the window down. And there's the little black piece that the gold clips clip into to clip onto this. And let's push it, and it pushes it right back up. So now all that we have to do is put the rest of the pieces back on. First we're going to put the water barrier back on. So we'll put that water barrier back on. I'll go ahead and do that now. Now that I've got my moisture barrier back on and everything fed through my things for my door handle, I'll go ahead and clip the speaker back on. And then I'm going to feed this through like that. I'm going to go ahead and bolt that back on. Okay, now that we've got the speaker back on, the moisture barrier. So now we're going to pop this back through the hole. And it should snap back into place. And then there are two levers for the doors. There are two little metal rods. And these will come up and over the wires for the electronic window. We'll put this in the little hole right there. And then this will clip right like that onto them. Now we'll just pop the door back in and we should be good to go. So now all I'm doing is lining up the little yellow top pins and just popping them back in. And that is our replacement of the window regulator. Thanks for tuning in.